Hey, what's up guys, STS here, back at my grandma's once again. We're here for another simple review. This one we're going to talk about, it's part of my nostalgic recollection of all the movies I've seen. And this is a movie that's rewatchable, like already, without me getting the movie telling you. Well, you already saw the screenshot of this movie. This movie has been brought up to me from time on for this century. When it first came out, when I was a young kid. And then it's a movie that will always be throughout my life that I probably will check out once again. But that film's fucking mystery, man. This is probably it's a favorite film. I've watched this. I don't know how many times I've watched this film so much. I've watched this film over and over. Because there's some points in movies that don't get, if you get bored, you fast forward a little bit, you pause a little bit. You know what I do? I have the subtitles. People are like, oh, you're one of those people. I like subtitles, and plus, people say I'm kind of deaf, but I don't think I am. But I like, because if I'm in a bedroom with my wife's a super fan, so I gotta have subtitles. But I checked this back out again, and I think this is based on it's based on a comic book series, yeah, from Dark Horse comic books created by Bob Burden. Because I thought, these superheroes, there's something else, but there's only two characters, which I'll explain all the characters because it was one of the bonus features about the origin of the mainstream comic book theaters. This film is, like I said before, I recommend this film. Just with the characters, here's all the acting here. You got Hank Ariza, who's the Blue Raja. You got Claire Forlani, Janeane Garofalo plays the Bowler. Eddie Izzard, one of the Disco Boys. Tony P. Greg Kinnear plays Captain Amazing. William H. Macy plays the Shoveler. Kel Mitchell from King Cal, he was in this. He plays the Invisible Boy. Paul Reubens plays the Spleen. Gregory Rush plays Casanova Frankenstein. Ben Stiller plays who the hell was Tom Waits? I don't know, but Ben Stiller plays Mr. Fierce, and Wes Studi plays the Sphinx. But the thing is, these regular blue collar people that have like the stories basically means these blue collar. I'm trying to think what would they do on this, because it's hard for me to explain. Basically it says the film details the story of a trio of lesser superheroes with unimpressive powers who are required to save the day. They basically these underdogs, you got, Mr. Furious, which, what the fuck is, all their powers are basically their own hobby or something that they're very good at, we can talk about. It starts with these three guys, the Shoveler, who's played by William H. Macy, who does a splendid job. Hank Ariza, who plays the Blue Raja, splendid job, and Mr. Furious is Ben Stiller. And they just start out to go after these groups like the Red Eyes. They're just shitty fucking B-level fucking villains called the Red Eyes that they try to get up. They still can't get their asses. They still can't get these Red Eye guys. But then Captain Amazing here, who's played by Greg Kinnear. And the thing is, any of his films, I was never really a Greg Kinnear fan. I'm not a fan of his. And the thing is, he's a bad guy, yeah. I think one of my favorite movies that I want to see still, and when I want to review, is Loser, with Jason Biggs. And what's the fuck's her name? Shut the fuck up, you fucking stupid ass fucking landscaping. Fucking doing this fucking weed. Hell, I might make a cameo. But they're less hobbies. You could say Mr. Fierce, because Mr. Fierce is, what the fuck's his what the hell is his character, But they're lesser heroes, and Greg Kinnear comes as Captain Amazing, who rescues him, like, oh, do your own thing, But this guy has a fucking, reminds me of Brock Lesnar with his Jimmy John's fucking sponsorship. This Captain Amazing is mostly Captain Jackass. This film, he's so far up his fucking ass, and he's a fucking reporter or something like that, which is they're fucking taking off the whole, Clark, maybe the whole Superman kind of rip off. He comes out with a fucking jetpack and his fucking suit is like a fucking damn like a NASCAR outfit. And the thing is, he's such a damn dick, and he dies in this film, dumb from the Mystery Man himself out of a fucking mistake. But then again, I think it was awesome, because he's this annoying fuck. But basically, Casanova Frankenstein's back, and he's played by Geoffrey Rush, and a fucking outstanding fucking villain he can play. Oh, I think he's awesome in this. But he comes into power and he's gonna take the whole world. He's gonna destroy it. What they did, they accidentally killed Captain in the scene where they killed Captain Amazing. That's what's gonna happen to the world, and they have to go up in the past. So they get their ass kissed a lot. They chill a lot. But one of the things I like how some of the scenes where they hang out at and figure out their plan is that they're at this restaurant or this diner, cafe, whatever, which Claire Forlani, who she's sexy as hell, wonderfully, and she's always their waitress, and Mr. Furious, but still, so good. Like, thanks for coming around. Thanks for coming around. Which they end up having a little flingy, which one of the moments that really okay. Because it really, to her character was basically spoiler what later in the film, which when they were trying to beat Frankenstein, he just gets her somehow. Which there was no even plot. There was not even a thing where unless some jackass of one of the gangs that he invited, because he some of this film too. After Cat Amazing's dead, he gets all these stereotypical gangs that they're like, we got the fraternity, the frat boys. There are a bunch of fraternity guys drinking beer. You got Not So Goody Mob, which is basically a gangster group, which is Goody Mob, because what's his face, CeeLo Green was in it, because I remember that group. And then you got the Disco Boys are basically Frankenstein's man, who's played by Eddie Izzard, who plays Tony P, and there's another black guy with the afro. I don't know his name, actor name, so sorry. But at the time they try to get away and all that shit, and he ends up going. This chick's like, and also because we're on the film, because he meets up with her. Just be Roy. Don't be your regular name, And it just gets fucking Stiller in a fucking like this trance of you have no superpowers or nothing, But and I'm going on and off on this rant. I'm going on and off randomly. I just got that in my head, but I'm basically going to explain to you the characters here, because it's on the bonus features of the origin of the Mystery Men character. Now, there's only 2 characters that's from the comic book series, and the other characters are just in the story or whatnot, or whatever. But then again, this is what the Mystery Men, their origin was from. But Mr. Furious and the Shovel are the only ones who's featured in this film that is in the comic book. That's what's said on here. Mr. Furious was originally a short-tempered John Wayne-style tough guy with a motto of tolerance and courage. His powers, such as they are, come from his sheer and unwavering anger. Which his anger did come up a hand when he's very fucking pissed off. He's already cut off. He's very. Ben Stiller did a very damn good job in this movie. The Shoveler was a ditch digger who unearthed a shovel wrapped in the runic symbols. He discovers that it was King Arthur's singing shovel that possesses magical powers and talks to him in Middle English. So that's an origin for the Shoveler. Let's see who's next. The Blue Roger is a former U.S. prisoner of war who spent his years of imprisonment learning to use cutlery of all types of weapons of war. He became especially skilled with forks and knives, but if necessary, he could also kill with an egg spoon. The Bowler evolved out of the 51-year-old divorcee who got her powers via a supersuit won from her third husband in a divorce settlement. The Doom Makers threw out her supersuit in favor of a more visual magical bowling ball concerning the skull of her murdered father. Nicknamed the Love Child of Love, the nickname the Love Child of the Love Canal, the Spullion, aka the son of the hippies, was involved in a chemical accident and mutated into a kind of genetic hippie. A kleptomaniac with the ability to spew acids and glues. He's the one character who wasn't toned down for the film. It's funny. Invisible Boy started as a joke that Burton told at a party. The intoxicated writer-artist joked about a character who was only visible when no one was looking. Producer Mike Richards brought up the concept of it early at Mr. Man production meeting, which suggested that Burton explained Invisible Boy to the studio. But Burton, now sober, had completely forgotten his own joke. And the Sphinx was a combination detective and wrestler back in the 1960s. He concealed his true identity behind a cryptic metal helmet and moonlights as a best boy in Champion City's top taco salad. The filmmakers of the film that resembled a classic Mexican wrestler. So basically, those were the episode and the people. But I mean, Hank Azaria played the Blue Raji. He did. This character was laid down for him. I mean, Kel Mitchell played the Invisible Boy, which no one can see and no one's looking at. Which somebody was like, well, why did that make any sense? But he was invisible. Paul Reubens as a spleen who the farts. I mean, especially the fart scene. The fart scene, well, when he's shooting, that's how he shoots. It's every scene of him gassing it up, something else. Ben Starr plays, Mr. Furious. Greg Kinnear plays fucking stupid ass Captain Amazing. It was all good, But my favorite scenes. I mean, the only scenes that it's really catching me out. The scene where they had their first confrontation with Frankenstein and their shoveler, and they have that scene when they have Mr. Furious being top of the fucking limousine. I thought that was hilarious, and then the spleen farting, poof, and then Frankenstein's face. I find in the forks, the Blue Roger, fuck yourself, and I enjoyed that, that scene. The fucking audition scene where they have, where they want recruitment before they meet the buller, Janeane Garofalo. Dan Cook is the Waffler Man. Janeane Garofalo, I mean, she did so. The thing is, though, I always forget she's in this film as the buller, But man, her and a little green streak of hair, she's gorgeous. She's old as fuck now, but I would love to fuck her. Fucking great. And then the scene, at the end of the scene, which Frankenstein with his little nail, like a ring added on it. I don't know. I thought that was hilarious as hell. I mean, that's how it was. But the only thing and this film is great and all. But the only thing is that this movie, because early on, Mr. Furious, because when they were all saying goodbye, but also too the shoveler, you have respect for him. He respects his wife. Who I don't know how this will be, but in the end, if you're a black lady, your kids can look like one another one. The skin or whatnot. So here we can say the shoveler was either there for them and the kids, because the previous divorcee wasn't there, or those were actually his kids though, and they just look like their mom. I mean, who knows about that? But he did well. But this film's great. It's just I just didn't really give a fuck about the whole, the train sequence scene. That's an awesome scene. Funny. My favorite character from the Mischief Men, the spleen. I love the spleen, but you like the characters, but I like the spleen, the bull, and Mr. Furious. But then I can like him more. The least character is the Sphinx, and he comes in the middle of this movie. He's okay, and also they see the mad scientist guy, which I don't know his name is. I'm too lazy to look at. But the thing is, though, this is an awesome outrageous adventure with humor and an awesome cast. I enjoy this. This is probably one of my favorite films. I'll probably watch it again. But I think you guys really enjoyed this film, Mystery Men. But that is 1999's Mystery Men. I'm STS. Thank you again for watching this review. And hopefully, if you want to check out, I got many other videos, other simpler reviews. Also, I have a playlist. So every time you see a review, a playlist will be intact probably. So... But I enjoyed this. Give me your comments. Give me feedback. Give me thumbs up, thumbs down if you hate this review. I'm just me. I'm my own damn review. But I'm STS. Thank you for watching a simple review. Peace.